found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia, and this is Free Range, where we graze on wild ideas, and we have wonderful guests. And an all-time favorite guest I have on today is Mr. Drake Bailey, and I'll bring him on. And Drake is a little bit under the weather, so we will see how it goes. How you doing, Drake? Hanging in there?
I don't know, but I'm probably guilty. All I got to do is ask my wife, and she says, "Yeah, you're guilty."
Oh, yeah, but she's got some stories to tell.
There's a bunch of stuff going on that people don't keep up on for some reason, and I don't know. I don't understand why people don't follow these guys around and record what they're saying and get copies of their legislation that's totally bogus and a few other things. But they're trying to lay stuff on ex-officials or people that are in office now that just ain't there. It don't fit. I checked it, and it, come up with a blank screen, when you're going to read it. That usually is a good indicator that there's something in the wood pile that's making noises, and that's all you get. And so, I decided to check into a variety of things. And my last show was a short one. I'll admit that. And I titled it "Talk is Cheap." Now I have
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I have done that particular type of show once before, and that's the plain fact of it. Everybody can flap their lips, exercise their jibs, and put some stuff out according to what they feel might be appropriate, and not be any closer to getting anything to happen than anybody else has. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter what their name is. It don't matter their position. The owner of Fox News couldn't do no better. See, you follow what I'm saying? He hadn't got anybody to get up and go. At this point, I haven't got a lot either. But what I did on that last show is pertinent to this one. Lots of evidence and no action? Question.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Yeah, okay. So open a closed prison and fill it with the bad guys. That's pretty simple. Set up extraction teams to remove the crooks. Use the tent city in the Southwest for holding the crooks. I mean, there's a load of options, and nobody's exercising diddly squat.
What is that? Everybody afraid? Is that what it is? Why? Why isn't
that, or they're busy playing with themselves in the bathroom? I don't know which. Well, that's about the level of the politics I'm seeing now. Everybody seems to think it's cool to be overweight like crazy, and I'm telling you, it don't matter whether you're male or female. Fat ain't cool. It ain't good for you. So anyway. And then you got these people who are saying, "Why ain't you doing something?" Well, I got one question for those people that are objecting to this. How come you ain't done nothing? I've been doing things for years.
Yes, you have.
I'm getting ready to initiate something, and we're going to see how it goes. Um, I've got a couple of people that are really good at what they do, and I'm going to see whether or not they'd be interested in a joint venture of uh, putting people in their place. Let's say when you drag a politician kicking and screaming and fussing and whatnot from their office, that generally gets the message across to all the rest of them. You're next, but you don't know which one. And I want to get some extraction teams. Now I know there are some out there. These are veterans. I know of them. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to say I know them because they'll be checking on my communications. Um,
Uh-huh.
oh, they do. If I say something like that, man, I get. I've had up to 50,000 inquiries in an hour over that sort of thing.
Wow.
Anyway,
Okay.
what I'm up to, what I'm after to do is, we've already got veteran extraction people. In other words, they've been on an extraction team or run one or whatever, and I need those people to get in touch with me, and I would request, my ask, if it's okay with Gail, if they contact her and she can shoot me either the email or the context of the phone call. Either way, phone number would be okay too.
Email is better because a lot of times I don't answer the phone. If I don't recognize the number, I do not answer the phone unless
Well,
I
what I'm
was
what I'm
texted first or something. Go ahead.
what I'm saying is that I need a secondary way to get the information to me so that it's indirect.
Mhm.
I have a capability of using an indirect method of contacting them back so nobody can tell what we're doing. And that's what I intend to do. So, um, if you're up for it, I'd appreciate your help, Gail, if you didn't wouldn't mind. I
Mhm.
mean, go ahead and answer the phone if you know who it is. Say fine. Anybody that calls and calls Gail's number or gets a hold of her, sends an email, whatever, tell them it's for me. That the first thing out of your mouth ought to be, is Drake there, and that'll clue everybody in as to what's happening. Um, anyway, I need the contact of these several people. Now, I can get a couple of uh, phone connections that nobody can trace very easily. It'd take them about 10 days, 2 weeks to be able to figure out what was said or if anything was said, etc. And that's one part of what I intend to use. Now, here's the other part. I don't know how many people are bothered by all of the fun and games and ring around the rosy and BS that's going on, but I believe that. Oh,
It's okay.
somebody is scratching the.
It's okay now. I had to
Oh,
move. I had to move something. Sorry.
okay. Well, I didn't. I was just hoping it didn't wasn't going to bite anybody.
Really, it didn't.
When
Nothing fell over.
when alligators or snakes make noises like that, you got to watch them. Um, the main thing I'm looking at is starting this within the next couple of weeks. Now, here's the other part. I have someone who may. I don't know yet. I haven't asked him. I will ask him probably tomorrow as to whether or not that person can financially back us to the point where we won't have serious monetary problems. In other words, using up all of our personal assets to accomplish a goal is not cool. And what I want to see is whether or not that person will back us up. If that person will, that means that we will have not unlimited funds or any of that silly, I can see people have ching in the eyeball and all that, and that ain't the case here. What we're looking to do is to simply cover expenses and that only. In other words, gas, food, um, place to sleep, that sort of thing, and nothing out of the extraordinary. in any of it. If all of this comes together in the next couple of weeks, we will be in a position to start the extraction process. I've already had it okayed at special levels for us to open one of those closed prisons and start using it. We're going to have one sort of toward the East Coast, and the other one, there's going to be another one that's going to be a way station. Stick them in there and pull them right out. And that's going to be the west side of the country. In any event,
Arizona?
I'm not saying what I ain't saying. No.
Well, I just heard that. I don't know. Maybe that's right.
You talking about having armored vehicles show up at your door with a bunch of little space monkeys going on your door.
No, I don't want any of that on my door. Thank you very much.
You don't want to piss off the men in black, believe me. Anyway, the thing about all this is that this is real. It's been in process for a while. I have been an integral part of it in some ways, and I'm looking to become integral in it in terms of setting it up. Once I get it set up, it's hands off. It's no longer my baby. It's whomever is running things. Now, that means that we're going to have to, out of the extraction teams, set up and figure out which one of the people running an extraction team would be viable as a leader. If they're viable as a leader, then and there's a short. It's really a short little test. Find out if you is or you ain't, and takes, I don't know. I think the last one took 5 minutes. So what we got going on is that, and as soon as a leader is picked or accepted by the run-of-the-mill troops, extraction team members, etc., then that person will ask his squad if they want to be extraction or if they want to be administrative. And the ones that want to be administrative, fine, they stay. The ones that don't, pop them out and get some people in there who will. What we're going to end up with altogether, a staff in leadership of about, I'd say maybe 10, 15 people at the most. And we go from there. I forgot to undo my phone.
They will talk to you, though, prior to anything, correct?
Okay, what?
They will be in communication with you about procedures and so on.
Yeah, I help them all set everything up and get it going. Once it's going, it's not me anymore. I'm out of it. I mean, I back out. And they take over the operational parameters of the whole thing. Selection of personnel, everybody, so everything.
Would this be militia, Drake? Is this militia?
You trying to get me to commit to say something, and I ain't going to say certain things.
Oh, okay. I don't want to. Maybe we should moving right along.
You should know better. Shame on you.
No, I just like to be able to talk about whatever we need to talk about. But anyway, I guess we can't do that anymore.
Well, I can explain where these are veterans. Let's put it that way.
That's a good way to put it. Okay. In other words, they should know what they're doing because they were trained that way.
They know what they're doing, believe me.
Okay. I have a broken mic. Anyway, let's talk about Hawaii. People are concerned about Hawaii. And it's kind of crazy what happened there. But I have a picture to show. See that? That was taken in Hawaii. And they even had the audacity to do it at night. So we have directed energy weapon.
Yeah.
Starts fires real easy. I've seen one of those planes and it looks like it's right under the nose of the plane is this huge thing that looks like a prism. I mean, it looks like a magnifying glass is what it reminded me of when I first saw it. And
Yeah.
That's what they used in Hawaii. They just burned everything down. Interestingly enough, the governor's mansion did not get burned down. The beachfront resort did not get burned down. So, but most of Maui was owned by native Hawaiians who had dug their feet in and were not going to sell to BlackRock, Vanguard, Oprah, Bezos, or any of those guys any more than what they already had, because they did have property on that island.
Good.
Yeah. Even Clint Eastwood has a place there too, which surprised me. But all of them have been quiet. We haven't heard anything from any of them talking about it.
You don't want to know what happened. They wanted to use the Hawaii as a staging ground, and the citizens found out, and the military found out, and they all went, "I'll bet you don't either." They were ready to commit to dying to keep them from doing that, and they said, "Oh, we can be like that," and they said, "You better believe it," and so they destroyed it. Now, I want you to consider that they're going to try to fluff off the fires as accidental. Oh, we had a
or blaming on nature, like that's like blaming it on God.
We had 40-mile-an-hour winds, and it just went from there. Well, that's partially true. Not near all of it is true. If you can get now, and this is something that somebody can really look for, get an early view of the fires. Now, this is when they first started. You get an early view of the fires, you're going to notice that they're not the right color. Their intensity is way too high, and a few other things for them to be a natural
wildfire.
Oh, yeah. It's wildfire, all right.
Yeah.
Anyway, the neat thing about it is that
here's another picture.
The right people are aware of this.
That's some of the property there. How they burned it up. Looks like Paradise, California. Remember when they did that one?
Yeah, and it's already been compared to that.
I got
what you have to look at is that this time they were sneaky enough about it to get it done in such a way that it's hard to turn their incrimination around to the source and say, "You did it. I know you did." You can't just back in the fires in California when they burn about a 10-foot wide section. All right. Now this includes everything: cars, trees, whatever. But it's only 10 foot wide, and they burnt the center out of the houses and whatnot. You sort of got the feeling that somebody was playing with fire, and that's pretty exactly what was happening. The problem we've got is that the people of Hawaii were not situated, were not set up, were not prepared to resist the problems that they ended up with. And that's what happened. Now, they've had like...
The sirens didn't go off, Drake.
Well, I know.
That's terrible, though. I mean, there was they didn't...
It's called wire cutters, and you go click, click, and then don't hear no siren. Simple. Now, when I said that's part of the reason I say it was done on purpose.
Yeah, it was done.
When all of your early warning goes out, and this is interesting. There are a lot of ways you can look at this, but when the early warning system, like they got in Hawaii, are grouped like they are. In other words, you got 4 or 5 in a row, and then you got another system next to it, 4 or 5 in a row. When all of those fail, I get suspicious real quick. There ain't no way that you can cause that many different things to happen all at the same time for the same result. Doesn't work that way. The probabilities are astronomical. So That's, that's where I'm at with it. And I haven't had it verified, but I've got a bunch of people that say that sounds about right. Let me look at it, and they're fooling with it. Now we got 96 or something like that dead.
That's what 1,000 people missing.
Well, you can
At
add
least.
about anywhere from 2 to 5,000 to that number of dead. I know that's terrible, but there it is. I'm not going to be dishonest.
More than likely. Yeah, the numbers I got are less than that, but I would agree with you. They're likely to be higher.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got 22,200 buildings were damaged or destroyed, with almost 2,200 acres burned.
But does it say, does it have any, do you got a statistic in there that says how many houses, personal dwellings, were burned?
How many houses?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just have a picture. It looks like there was quite a few houses if you see this picture here.
Well, what I'm saying is all together collectively, how many houses were burnt down? If we knew that, then you have a better idea as to what's really happening. The thing is, Hawaii said no to a very powerful group, and that very powerful group stomped on them. That's where the fires and all that other stuff come into play.
That's what these elites, so to speak, who are not elite at all, they're just very evil. That's how they operate.
Well, these guys are the ones that control the cartels and the deep state and a few other things. They control it. They own it. Lock, stock, and barrel. You tell them no, and they just say, "Oh, okay." You hear a funny noise like that, and you take a look, and there's a big thumbprint where there used to be a house. That sort of thing.
Wow. Somebody said they saw. Here it is. I saw a clip where the little boats in the water all were on fire as well. Oh my God.
Yeah.
People actually jumped in the ocean in order to save themselves too. That's another thing.
They pulled about I don't know, as I heard it, anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 people out of the ocean.
Here's one for you. Here's one. I haven't heard this. You know anything about? Anyone know if it's true that Oregon governor has told people to evacuate now?
No, I haven't heard that yet.
I haven't heard that either.
That should make mainstream media, guaranteed. The thing I'm trying to look at is that our West Coast is real vulnerable to some things that people don't believe in. So we'll see how it goes.
What do you mean don't believe in? What do you mean?
They don't believe the San Andreas Fault's going to cause problems. They don't believe there's going to be a big earthquake. They don't believe that they're going to have brush fires and that sort of stuff out there. They just don't believe it. My drink's still cold. What's wrong with yours?
They said, some people are saying that the Hawaii thing is also to create a 15-minute city area. I don't know if that's true. Have you heard anything on that, Drake?
About who?
That 15-minute city thing. Have you heard about that?
Yes, I've heard about it, and I don't think so.
I hope not. I don't think so either. I think I heard both ways. So let's see. Pudwalker is saying that the cabal told us they were going to do it. Do had it on the label, Maui Blast. Oh my God. Wow.
Well, yeah, you're mostly correct about that. And there was a blast.
Yeah. And that's the 15-minute city thing.
Yeah.
And this is what somebody else, some other information that I have. I lived in Maui. There's a horrendous amount of missing children there. There's even a wall they made and put all the missing children's names on it. But the local government had it covered. also they pray at the local parks and take teenager tourist girls too. There's missing children posters all over on Maui. There's an evil presence that has been there for sure. Also, there's been sightings of big trucks going into the tunnels there. Opus Properties is a whole nother story. Yeah, she has a big section of land there.
Well, the reason everybody's interested in the people of Hawaii is that group of people is an ancient race, derives from one of the originals on this planet. So you can figure it's probably somewhere around 500 million to a billion years old. In terms of the island complex, used to be a lot more above water, and some of these things have become evident as time goes on. But the neat part about it all is that uh, uh, the ideology of Hawaii being Atlantis isn't too far off. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay. I also heard there were like 6 tunnels on Maui. Underground tunnels.
6 tunnels, huh? It could be. I heard there was one running from Maui all the way to the mainland.
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, they have ways of getting places real fast, but we, the public, don't have access.
If you use magnetic drives, your speed is unlimited, your velocity is unlimited, whatever you're going to look at it as. And if they are cyclically controlling a ring of magnetism and this thing is coming into it, then you turn the plus on it, it goes, sucks it in there, okay? As soon as it gets sucked in there, it's going to carry to the other side and start coming out just a little bit. And when it starts coming out a little bit, they turn a like field on, and it shoots it. It's not okay. Oh,
well, Dr. Mike Sam Muggsy had a great video on Maui also about it being Atlantis. So that's what you were just saying. That's why I put it up there.
Yep.
So where do you think we're at as far as the economic collapses?
Where do you think we're at?
Yeah.
We got about we get at the most 3 weeks before the quantum banking system comes into play. And certain things are going to have serious problems with that in terms of, like central banks keeping their head above water and all that sort of stuff. And what we're going to be what you're going to need to look for is a country is liable to ask another country's central bank for a little support. When that question gets made public, and I suggest all you people with the big ears, listen close. When you get that, broadcast it. And the reason I say that is that is the warning sign of the switch between what we've got now and what we will have. So you'll like it. I guarantee you'll like the new one. Is so fantastic. Woo!
What about there was a point not too long ago where there were 30,000 tons of ammonium nitrate that went missing, and they're anticipating a huge false flag as a result of it. Do you know anything about that?
I think they're going to fertilize somebody. I don't think they're going to.
They won't be able to. They won't be able to get away with it, is what you're saying, right?
Well, that's only one of the ingredients. You got to have both of them. You got to mix them together, And if you don't do that and you don't do it properly, you don't get the right amount, it don't work too well. Well, the Unabomber showed that in his notes. He wasn't able to blow nothing up until he finally figured out what the proper percentage of this and amount of that was.
What about, do you have any recent news on the EBS?
NBS.
EBS, the Emergency Broadcast
I
System.
was going to say NBS didn't make sense, but EBS, yeah. The emergency broadcast system will come on at the point that it's needed most. In other words, when everything seems like we're about ready to go, get your gun, get ready to shoot your neighbors, kind of shit. When it gets about that deep, then what we'll have is an EBS announcement. Everybody calm down, cool your tool. Uh, you don't have to put your gun away, but don't point it at nobody. Um, Keep things relatively calm and collective. Look at it this way: there's a load of people that are going to go through some heavy duty changes, and those are real basic changes. Some of us who are a little more advanced go through other changes, and some of us will actually go poof and disappear as light beings. So you've got a variety of different levels of things that can and are supposed to be going to happen in the very near future. Now, what I've heard is a lot of these ain't going to happen, are going to happen well before the end of this month. Okay, so what
Ooh,
is?
that's not very far away, then, is it?
Oh, that's what I mean. And they don't know when. Nobody will say when.
No,
And I ask ET, and I just get a big grin back. ET goes,
we ain't telling you anything. Oh, so any word different that we haven't, heard about from ET that they've told you? Anything new and exciting that we should know?
well, you're gonna, I'd say within about a week, you're gonna have a major shift in the dynamics of power in terms of location. You're gonna have Russia. Hello, Vladimir. Very simply, uh, they're gonna withdraw everything, take all their stuff, and go home. The
They're done anyway, aren't they?
huh?
Basically, they're basically done with what they were doing
Yeah,
there anyway.
yeah.
Um,
Anyway, the thing is, the being done is one thing. Actually leaving is really, it's icing on the cake. Anyway, so you can expect that to happen. You can expect, and try this. Everybody talks about the Three Gorges Dam, and I'm not going to talk about it because it's horse hockey. But believe it or not, China has greater physical problems than any country I know of, irrespective as to size. And by that I mean that in the next 2 weeks, they might fall over. Think about that. That's one aspect of it. Um, the Central Bank of England is not in good shape.
good.
One of the other central banks asked for a little, hey man, can you shoot us a few billion here to kind of prop things up a little bit? And uh, they said no. And what do you mean no? We ain't got it. Oh,
Wow.
ain't that fun?
Well,
So
yep.
there's China and Russia. Now you want to hit the third one?
Well,
It's a neat.
the
You'd
third
like
one.
it. Yeah, you like it. The European Union is the third one.
Oh, okay.
We'll be working in conjunction with the United States and the differential between what has gone on and what will go on and what the partnership will consist of is pretty neat. European Union, in conjunction with the United States, go take over for the uh, North American trade organizations and be in charge, literally in charge. Now, this will not happen until Trump is back in office. There
None
you
of the
go.
good stuff will happen until he's back in office, correct?
Yeah. Who you think's going to initiate all this stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
And hopefully that'll be very soon.
it's supposed to whip it out and fertilize the garden, you know.
It's a long time waiting for him to come back, actually. But he's not like he's a savior. I mean, it takes people. People have to stand up and show up too. I mean, he's not the savior of the. He's done a lot, but I don't know anybody else who's been doing what he's trying to do. Nor have I ever seen anyone so attacked on a regular basis.
He's been good.
Wait until the tables turn. That'll be interesting. They are going to turn.
Say some nasty things about me if I keep talking about him like that. But I have checked some things out, and the left is getting information from sources that were questionable before they started to be sources for the left. And what that did was that forced their hand just a little bit. They'd say just a hair of something, okay? And bingo. All of a sudden, they got a whole 2-page article full of all kind of goodies. And the thing is that the left's plans and all this other stuff ain't hitting on nothing. So we ain't got nothing to worry about as far as those idiots go.
Okay. They're still talking about the possible 10 days of darkness. Is that a?
No, it might be more like it might. From what I understand, and from what everybody's told me that knows something, you're talking maybe 3 hours.
3 hours? Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, real short and not total darkness. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going ring around the rosy in that.
Well, did you hear about what happened in Peru?
In where?
Peru.
Yeah.
The aliens that they saw. That Commander Thor actually said that they were real. They weren't part of Project Bluebeam, which was kind of wild.
Yeah.
So
Thor is a very honest commander, to put it that way. Somebody that I've had a conversation or two with, and he's one of the few ETs that really got a nice sense of humor too.
Oh, somebody has asked, what happened to your Saturday show? Did you not have a show on Saturday?
I had a Saturday show. It was short. It was only 52 minutes long. The name of it is Talk is Cheap. You got it in Skype here.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's there. Blog Talk Radio. All they have to do is go to Blog Talk Radio. You're on there, and they have the older shows.
Either that, or they click on the link that I put in everybody's window. Well, what is?
Let's see.
With the tribunals that are taking place in 2026.
Oh, let me put that up. It says,
why not?
What is with I have that same exact question. Why does it take until 2026 for the tribunals to take place? Why do we got to wait 2 more years? I mean, they keep.
It ain't. That's false information.
Oh, good. Well, I heard that too. I got that from somebody's putting that out there, more than one source.
Oh boy.
Well, if I see it 3 times by 3 different sources, then I'm thinking that it's probably true. But this one, I don't know. Okay, this next one was. Let me see what she had to say. Drake, what if you were asleep but awake? But you always wrestling tall being and an old lady dressed in white since childhood. This happens and be tired when you really wake up. I don't know what you're supposed to respond to that, but
you're having a spiritually significant interlude, and all you got to do is dismiss it, and it'll go away. See, it was easy.
Yeah. Do you know Valiant Thor?
Yes.
Have you met him?
Face to face, no. I've talked to him, no. Like I said, he's got a hell of a sense of humor. You'd really like the guy.
Well,
Um,
there's a woman on We the People News, which I usually like to watch, that apparently has a connection with him, and every once in a while she interviews him for a few minutes or what have you.
well,
And
that's cool. If she wants to come on the show, she's welcome. Either this one, which is yours, and it's up to you, or mine, or whatever.
well, I don't know if I would love to have talk to Valiant Thor, but I I don't know how to contact her actually.
He's one of the honest ones that's very realistic about what's happening and what our responsibility is in it. So, yeah, like I say, I think everybody like him.
Yeah.
Seems
Yeah.
to be likable.
Well, he's a good guy. He's doing a lot of the work in the tunnels with other
Yeah.
light beings, and he's saying that when they run into the some of the reptilians or the dark grays or whatever, they liquefy them. That's what he said. With,
Well,
but anyway,
Budweiser says he didn't get no uh, show from me on Blog Talk.
oh,
So,
Pudwalker was waiting for you on Blog Talk, and it didn't happen. So I don't know what happened. What I mean, and if you had an hour show, that's long enough. I mean, I don't know.
Blog Talk will not play talk is cheap for me. Aw.
Ain't that interesting? I run into stuff every once in a while that it won't play for me, or I can't open it on Telegram, which is really weird.
Well, you can. Well, here's something you guys can try. Go into Skype and see if you can find the link to the show that you want to hear, and see if it'll play. It usually plays in Skype.
Well, I can put it in my group, Gail's
Yeah,
Gathering on Skype. I'll put
yeah.
that Blog Talk Radio on there, and then if you go to my Skype channel, which is Gail.Ross1989, I believe.
Well, they're saying, whoops.
What was
He
that?
said Blog Talk will not play talk is cheap. Well, I don't know why. Maybe you got to join Blog Talk.
I don't think so. I don't think you have to join, because I'm not
I didn't
a
think so
join.
either. I played stuff from there before. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know I'd like to mention to everybody that you should download the Signal app on your phone in order to, when and if our communication goes down for any length of time, that I'm told that is the only way that you'll be able to communicate is on Signal or
Oh,
911. That's it. That's what
really?
I've read.
The Signal app, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have it on my phone. I couldn't get it on I wanted to have it on my computer, but I couldn't get it on my computer.
Yeah.
And then what about the new internet system that's supposed to come online? What do you know about that?
Well, the quantum internet is going to, when it starts to come up, your computer systems will go down, and everybody's going to be,
Freaking out.
you know, carrying torches and wanting to set somebody on fire. Um, the problem is that the old system isn't compatible with the new system, and therefore you're going to have to be, oh boy, you're going to have to exhibit the patience of Job to be in a position to operate the thing when it does come available. Now, what you'll get is
Oh boy, that should be fun.
well, what you're going to get is a download link. That's all you got to do. You click on that, and it will go through and fix your computer to where it becomes a quantum computer in terms of being able to use that system. Okay?
Well, does that erase everything that's already on your computer then, or what?
No,
How does that work? No,
no.
it just
It just switches it over to the differential, and you don't lose everything like we do. We're stupid. We designed our operating systems to erase everything, and that's not the way that's inconvenient. So what we got to do is get on that Get on that link, and when you get that reset link, and it'll put everything in place and get it all right, and everything will be fine. And you can use your computer as soon as it clears up. And I don't know how long it takes for it to do its thing.
But we'll find out. Maybe nobody knows. Okay, they're asking if Kristen W. or Robert David Steele, did they die of natural causes? My take was they were put in witness protection. What do you say, Drake?
I'll agree with the witness protection.
That's the information.
What you have to understand is I don't know. You want to get into it. We had a dirty nasty that supposedly died in a jail cell. And the only problem is the body didn't match, among other things. So,
Oh, does his name start with an E?
yeah, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, that was. That'll be another interesting reveal at the right time.
Yep.
So, when will they put a new Congress in with regular people?
It's going to be part of the reset of the government, and that's due to happen before the end of the month. Whether it does, that's not my timeline. That's not my idea of when. That's somebody else's. They gave it to me, and they said it was accurate, and I said, okay, I'll tell everybody. So there you got it. It's supposed to start happening before the end of the month. Now, the crooks, the nasties, some of them that aren't too terrible but bad, they'll be sent to the holding place in that tent city down there in the Southwest. Others will be sent directly to Gitmo because of the crimes they've committed against both humanity and innocent people.
Like little people?
Yeah, you can call it. It can be against kids. It can be against innocent. Somebody that's just innocent.
Innocent, yeah.
I've had aunts and uncles, and I got even had a really cool grandma. They were innocent. They were not guilty of anything and knew diddly squat. They knew better than to cause problems. It's just how it was.
What's this one here? Here's one. Drake, do we have land on top of Earth that we are not allowed to enter? I know there's some places like that right in the Grand Canyon, and they found a lot of stuff there.
No.
They won't let you in there.
Everything's going to be opened up. Okay?
They're not going to be able to keep us from places anymore, correct?
Right. Well, there's no reason to keep us. Once you reach a certain level, you're going to have an understanding that supersedes all this BS that we carry on about down here. There you go.
Well, that will be. What I don't know what that means.
Same as Nixon.
Drake, same as Nixon. I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure either. What do you got in mind, or
Matashi, Dakota? What do you mean, Drake? Same as Nixon? Please explain, and we'll see what it is.
Fitness protection.
Drake, we have. No, what? Wait a minute. About fitness protection. Any chance Madonna was exchanged decades ago and replaced with clones?
Sure.
Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Anything's possible, and yeah, she was certainly.
What's really discouraging
she
and mind
certainly sold her soul. That's no doubt.
And will mess up your day is when you come around a corner from one room to another, and all of a sudden you're standing there staring at yourself. That does a number on your head, on your mind, and your day. And believe me, I've had that happen a couple of times. It's something else.
Why would that happen? What what do you mean?
Uh-oh.
How would that happen? I guess I'm asking.
Huh? What do we do?
No, I was just asking you how that would happen. How would you end up?
Walk around the corner and be face to face with yourself?
Yeah.
You know what a clone is, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I wasn't thinking that way. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so you've seen a clone of yourself?
I saw a clone of myself, and it, was kind of disconcerting, to be real honest. It just you want your mind blown, start drinking and all that others, that'll do it.
Wow. Okay, let's see. We'll move down the row here a little bit. Joe Blow says the Democrats are jumping ship, and are they in hopes of getting in through other parties, knowing the Dems don't have a chance? I don't know, but I think the whole two-party system is going to have to change.
Well, what you gotta understand is that there are quite a few Democrats who are very well aware of what's going on and what the situation is, and they don't want to get their tit caught in the ringer. Put it that way.
Okay, here it is. They framed Nixon. Now they are doing to Trump, but Nixon coached Trump about the federal mafia.
Yeah, he's got a big advantage in that. A big old leg up, and they won't be able to touch him.
That's good. Let's see what this one is. Sarge and Martin Brodel were saying that the cabal was getting rid of their minions and lots of hybrids. They're getting rid of them themselves? You mean they're... Oh, so they don't rat on them.
Well, not only that, but it's hard to prosecute somebody if you don't have no evidence.
Oh, they just kill people for that. You don't want to work for these guys because you'll end up dead. Okay, Drake, who will the 45th pick as vice president be?
It'd be anybody but Harris. We don't need to make Eeyore mad. It could be a variety of people. I've heard several choices already made. We'll find out.
Yeah, Nixon was saving our country, but the news destroyed Nixon because they were trying to start World War III. Well, he was actually...
That's not exactly true, but and Nixon wasn't saving the country as much as people would like to think, and more like he was trying to take it over. He was going to be the new dictator.
Nixon? So, really?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he was a tricky dude. Didn't call him tricky
for nothing, right? Yeah.
Oh
my God. Okay. Let's
see.
Boy,
I see a good one.
Which one?
I'm a Marine.
Oh, let's go to that one. Okay. I'm a Marine. Any news if the VA is going to get fixed?
Yes. VA and others who serve people who have served in combat and lost something, whether it's their mind or their butthole or what, doesn't matter. They get preferential fix. Now, the reason for that fix is so that they can turn around and be of service to other people, where they can talk other veterans into serving the country for long periods of time. Okay?
Oh, I have a question that was asked of me to ask you, and it's not in the list there, but they wanted to know about, you've heard of people that combustion, they just burn up.
Uh-huh.
Can you explain how that happens or why it happens? And it truthfully does happen?
Yeah, it happens. It happens for a variety of different reasons. So that can be a whole bunch of anything. It happens, the way it happens tells you a lot about the individual, whether they were kosher or not, let's say. And if it just simply burns them up, the only thing they find is like the pelvis bone and the back, and maybe the backbone and your feet, and it burns you that way. That's internal combustion, and the internal combustion is not controlled by something that we have anything to do with yet. When we advance ourselves, then we'll be able to start doing things with and fixing that sort of problem. Okay.
That doesn't happen very often, though. That's pretty rare.
No, it's pretty rare. 1 in 100 million. Give
Then
you
there was another question while I'm on the couple that I got privately, and that was, what were if war were to break out, even though we're already in spiritual war, psychological war, what would they do, or if there was any kind of disaster, what's going to happen to all the people that are in prison?
nothing much. Keep serving their time. If they can be rehabbed, ET will take care of that. If they can be fixed with, getting their uh, uh, noggin rewired a little bit and then get their attitude adjusted. There's a whole bunch of things that go into that. And
But there's so much corruption in the court system that gets them in there in the first place, and they could be serving an extraordinary amount of time for a ridiculous small thing, and that does damage to people. That
yeah,
damages the system, damages the people.
yeah. And what they're going to do is do away with that.
I sure hope so. I think it's
Oh, they
horrible.
have to. This thing, it's inequitable, unconscionable, and a bunch of other things.
Yeah. Well, you know they're making money. That's what it's always about. Or they wouldn't
Uh,
have as many people incarcerated as they do.
yeah.
Anyway, moving right along. Drake, will spider people show their presence after the EBS?
What's this now?
Yeah, I know.
People?
Spider people, yeah.
They
And
might.
what's it got to do with the EBS?
That's supposed to trigger them, set them off.
Oh, okay.
So if you see a spider that stands about 2 foot tall, be nice first of all.
2 foot tall? Oh
Yeah.
God. I remember Penny Bradley told me about some spiders on Mars that could kill you in a heartbeat. Yeah, they were pretty bad and pretty quick.
Oh,
Let's see. Any news about the vaccine? Oh, geez. We were given. Oh, the Marines. The veterans and the military has been a
it's
pinprick
poisonous.
for these.
Don't take the anthrax vaccine; it'll kill you.
Don't take any vaccine. Period.
Well, now, there's a
That's
couple of
my
vaccines-
opinion. That's
There's
just
a
my
couple of
opinion.
vaccines that the Egyptians recommended that I have taken one of, and
The
it really,
Egyptians?
it really made me feel good. So
What was that? Egyptian? What are you talking about?
it's Egyptian medicine, ancient Egyptian medicine.
That's
And
like
it
a
was
vaccine?
Yeah, it was a vaccine. Well, a vaccine comprises the capability of doing 3 or 4 things.
Oh, we're not even supposed to be talking about that because I do have YouTube on. So I guess we better drop that subject if you don't mind. We'll have to talk about that when I don't have YouTube on. So we will drop that for now, and hopefully they won't take it down. See, we're supposed to be in America. We can't speak freely. They don't let us speak freely. They censor us, or they'll take our channel down if they don't like what we say. It's horrible. It's not supposed to be that way.
No, it's true. I've been advocating that if somebody don't know how to act in terms of treating people, maybe somebody should see how they do with gunfire. Can you beat a speeding bullet?
There's somebody making a comment about a small town in Texas, and the VA doctors are so not nice. The way that people are treated. Yeah,
Can't fire them yet. Well, I have gotten rid of several nefarious entities from the VA, from a specific hospital I have been to. So, consequently, when I find one that's nasty, I let the right people know, and they're gone. You can do the same. Uh-oh.
Okay. Somebody's asking, Carlisle is asking you is Drake, inside the sun, is there hills and mountains and rivers and clouds?
Yes.
Just like there is underground.
Yeah. It's just a different temperature is all. A lot hotter.
I heard it's not even hot, so I don't know what to think about that. Know anything about the micronova?
I heard it wasn't big enough to have any real effect on us.
Okay.
That'd be matching there.
I was gonna put that up there, but I don't think I will.
I think there's a Marine veteran trying to blow somebody up here.
Oh, I hate to say it, but I won't go there. Somebody that's up, oh, I went and put it up there anyway. That was accidental. I actually tell you the truth, but maybe it'll make you laugh. It's always good to laugh.
Have you ever seen a person who was rocket powered? If you haven't, don't set farts on fire. It is not cool.
I saw somebody do that once. I really did. I hate to say it, but
And
I didn't believe it. But I had to see it to believe it, and I believed it after I saw it. Oh my God. Okay, let's go to a different question here. Should I
Yes,
ask
my
my
goodness.
question in small letters? Who's that? You can ask your
Josephine,
Josine. You can ask your questions in whatever letters you want. I mean, as long as I can read it, I'll put it up there. Let's see.
what's this?
What's this one? It says right wing or left, same brain, same heart, same beak. One.
Asshole.
Okay.
Don't you remember that? Don't you remember the old anatomy joke about who was in charge, and they kept picking on the asshole? Wouldn't even mention him a lot of the time and all that. So eventually, the asshole got pissed and
Oh,
shut up. And pretty soon the eyes got blurry, the heart was funny beating in it, and they all bowed down to the guy and said, "Yeah, you're in charge. You're in charge." So there you go.
all right. Let's see. I already did my questions. All right. We don't have any more questions at the moment.
Okay, she says, Josie says, I already did my questions. Okay, here it goes again.
Yeah. Well, I'm waiting. Does that mean she's coming up with another question?
That's apparently. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
First thing
Whoa.
time balancing over. What?
And this is primed and ready. Yes.
There is oh, here we go. Well, let's see what this one is. It's asking you for a story. Can Drake tell the story of the Tower of Babel and the mixing up of language? Will we need to unify to one world language at some point to join a council?
At some point to join a council. No. You won't need to. Here's what the deal is. The Tower, the Babel, the ideology of Babel was to confuse us so that we didn't figure out what the gods were doing. So everybody spoke different languages and screwed everything up. They couldn't figure out which end was up to save their soul. Okay. Well, we need to unify to one world language at some point to join a council. No, we will need to do that so that we can keep the unity that the human race is supposed to have, renew it, get it going, etc. Okay.
Once we elevate to higher levels, won't we just understand any? I mean, it'll be telepathy. Language isn't going to be an issue.
Boy, oh boy. Balance is over and it will be a light system. Well, yeah.
There's a time.
True. That's one of Josie's questions.
Yeah. Well, I don't have an answer. Do you?
Well, I do.
Will there be a light system, and is
When
the
we
time
turn
for
to
balance over?
when we turn into light beings, that answers all the questions. And time for balance over. Well, no. The balancing and equality and equation that fits it all is ever present. Uh-oh.
Okay, let me see.
Do we
Do we have
have
to wait?
to? Well, of course, y'all. Now, come on. Everybody hurries up and waits. I don't care whether you're a parent trying to get the kid to cooperate or what's going on.
Well, would you like to take a little break,
That's
Drake?
fine.
Pardon?
Sure.
Let's take a little break. I'm going to play another super patch for people to see because it's so interesting, and then we'll be back in about 3 minutes.
Hi everyone, it's Jay with Super Patch. I hope everyone's having a great day. People are always asking me, Jay, how do these super patches work? So today I'm going to give you guys a high-level explanation. So first things first, every physical, emotional, psychological function has a corresponding neurocode in our brains. And these neurocodes, which are just messages, sometimes get stuck or damaged for 1,000,001 reasons. But that leads to poor health, poor wellness, and even poor performance. So after 12.5 years of research at Super Patch, we actually decoded these messages. We decoded the neural code that can help and control the neurofunction of physical, emotional, and psychological function. So every single Super Patch has a pattern and ridges in it. And when these ridges come in contact with our skin, the patch uses the receptors in and on our skin to send that message to our brain, and the brain decodes it. So every single super patch is generating a very specific signal that's responsible for a physical, emotional, or psychological function. And that's how the super patches work. So all 8 super patches have their unique QR code that's sending a unique message that our brain decodes. And that's why we can help with so many wellness, performance benefits that people are seeing. So until next time, you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.
Well, we'll wait for Drake will be back shortly. The super patches are something that I'm using myself, and I do have a couple on. One of them is the focus patch. I've been really impressed with these patches, and it is helpful if you look at the different product lines that I carry. It does help support the program. Another product that I really like a lot is the one that's called More Mito, that actually helps your mitochondria. It's really wonderful for your skin and hair. And then the high frequency nutrition, liquid nutrition products from Mbaya Gold, they are really wonderful because they're like kind of like foundational nutrition. Well, as soon as Drake comes back, Josine, I'll put your questions there, and you too, Jay. Thought so. Anyway, back to the other products I have. Of course, I have hemp paste, which helps a lot of people with pain. But so do the super patches. So it's just a matter of what works for one person might not work as well for another person because everybody's different. And so the best way to find out if any of this will work for you is to try it. And so that's what I hope that you will do. And again, this is listener supported. So if you're able to help in any way, I really appreciate it because I'm having a pretty difficult time here lately with all the prices of everything going up so high. And anyway, hopefully Drake will be back here. I have been told that the super patches are indeed good for the jabs because it helps with the blood flow. Somehow the defend patch which is an immune boosting patch. There's been some good reports about that. So, yes, I would have to say yes. And that's important. Another thing is Dr. Anna Milasia. Her last name is hard to say, but she has been doing some awesome research in very high doses of vitamin C. And you can get buffered vitamin C up to 10 grams. That's a lot. But it breaks up the rubbery substances and clots that form as a result. Pretty amazing. Kim Guggen, Ground Command for Planet Earth at this time? I don't think so. You can ask Drake that one. I don't think so, though. She claims to be a lot of things, as do some other people. That always makes me skeptical. And the reincarnation trap, as far as from my information, has been removed or lifted. Yes, there is AI that's millions of years old. You're talking about light, and there's light and dark, just like everything. Anyway, now that question, is there light matter as there is dark matter? That one I'm not sure, so we'll have to ask Drake that one. Let me see what else we have here. Drake can address astral travel. Is a gateway skill to have from where or how can someone learn how to astral travel that is safe in the proper way? It's a little late in the game at this point, but I'm sure there's people out there that can train you. I know that Drake has a couple of books that he wrote that are, ebooks that may be of benefit. I think he has a website, a militia website. My website isn't up. I haven't been able to maintain it lately due to the cost. So I used to have it there, but I don't have it there anymore. Anyway, come on back, Drake. I hope he's coming back. Well, let's see. Let me see what else we have. That trap has been dismantled in the plane. Yes, it has. Anything about unknown country that has been taken over. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Read Drake's books. He does have 3 books that explains how to do things. There's an awful lot of negative entities about still that I would be very careful with that. Anyway. Oh, what's this? Why do they keep posting you're getting an increase in Social Security this month? Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. I haven't gotten any increase, and no one I know has gotten any increase. So, like Drake says, talk is cheap. So I got a few questions here. I tried to answer some of them, but I didn't know some of them either. This one, let go.
Well, I can answer that question.
Oh, this one here.
Never mind.
Okay. Is Kim Guggen ground command for planet Earth at this time?
That's what I heard.
Seriously?
Yeah.
By whose authority?
I told you I don't. There's a lot of stuff I can't talk about and answer questions on. Who would make that decision? The guy that's in charge of the Guggen, right?
Yeah, whoever that happens to be. I don't know. I find that hard to believe, but that's just me. Okay. Let's see. What was this one? Drake doesn't have a YouTube. No, you don't. No, he doesn't.
Nope.
Do you know anything about unknown country that other countries have to report to? Talk is that it has been taken over by the light system. Do you know anything about that?
I've heard that rumor, but until they get in touch with me, I'm not going to validate anything. It seems like that country, if everybody was reporting to it, it'd be on the news.
The MSM?
it'd be on news like that.
The trap. Somebody had asked previously about the reincarnation.
Well, you be okay. The reincarnation is still there. If you wish to partake of it, it's your decision.
But you're not forced into
No.
it. That's different. What's this one? Oops, I didn't mean to hit that, but you know any? Oh, we already did that one. I'm losing my place here. Sorry.
Oh, well.
Oh, somebody. Why do we keep posting? We're going to get an increase in Social Security, and it doesn't happen. Do you got any info on that, Drake?
Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. It's real simple.
No. Just because there should be an increase doesn't mean that there's gonna be an increase,
something
right?
something like that, absolutely.
Oh, brother. Can some of us share our experiences with the astral travel? Can some come of us?
Well, that could be a long kind of deal. It's not, the reasonable length questions that we would get on this show.
Yeah. Oh, the increase in Social Security is to hide inflation. Well, it's not hiding my inflation yet.
No, I think we all got inflated, and it wasn't very. And they snuck up on the back door to do that.
Okay, what's this guy? Drake Marine here. Listen, I had 4 occasions. I had OTB experiences and other body. Okay, and last one, it seemed that I became an orb of light. Woke up, heart was racing, felt tired, but it was awesome. Had a dream within a dream.
Yeah, that's not uncommon. When you're ready, you're ready. You should now. Everybody should listen to one thing: get in touch with your higher self before you go anywhere. Got it? Real simple.
I've heard that Fae and other spirits are helping the planet.
Yes. This is a combination of physical and spiritual war that we got going on.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the movie Avatar, where the whole planet starts helping,
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah.
20 years ago, Josine, what's 20 years ago? Clone malfunction. How many?
Wait a minute. This one here. Mitch McClone malfunction. How many members of Congress and Senate are clones, doubles, or walk-ins? Or mask wearing? That's the other one.
At least half. Maybe more.
Yeah. Well, who was it? What's his name? The guy who they've had arrested forever because he told the truth about what was going on in the wars in the Mideast. Oh my God, Jewel, help me out here, Drake. Who is it?
I can't think of.
God, I see his face and everything. I can't think of his name though. I got a mental block on his name. Anyway, I guess I'll just wait until it comes to me. We'll go on to the next question. What's this here? Drake, are we going to get our DNA strand upgraded if we're going to light up 2 matches in there? What?
Look,
Okay,
you're going to get when you start doing some of the things that are available, your DNA automatically upgrades. If you keep your eye on the ball and your ear to the ground, you won't have any problems with matches.
this is an unusual question. Is it true that natives carry a higher percentage of Fae in their DNA?
Some.
Fae are fairies,
Yeah.
correct? So I'm wondering how they would get in our DNA. But,
Well, that's
okay.
simple. They look like people.
But they're tiny.
Not necessarily.
Well, not necessarily. Okay. I haven't seen any large ones. So. Julian Assange. Thank you. That was the name I was trying to think of. Thank you. Thank you, Animals Rule. Thank you. For the life of me, I couldn't think of that name. I don't know why. Anyway.
What did the prison planet look like on land?
Yeah, I kind of bypass that one because I don't get it. Do you know anything about the King of Kings situation on Bali?
Yeah, that's not. It's not decided yet.
You want to explain a little more about that? Then
I'd rather not, because that's just be messing with the situation. Situation needs to play itself out. Okay.
I don't even know what the situation is.
Well, that's what I mean. If I go playing with it, if I go messing with the situation changes. I don't want to change the situation because it's not my business. Okay.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's not.
What is this one? I'm not sure what this means. Drake and Gail do the Will Marathon travels in Canada and Russia. What does that? I don't get that. What is the what? I don't. Do you get that, Drake?
No,
I don't
you
get.
need to
I don't
rephrase the
know what
question. It's
yeah.
Carlisle Reynolds. That one is.
Oh, Pudwacker's saying that in ancient times the Fae were here tending the planet. I've also known of a story where the Fae actually rescued a Pleiadian out of Area 51.
Yeah, I heard that story also. And then I've heard the one about the relationship of the Fae and a certain ancient people that supposedly built Stonehenge and all that. So there's a lot of possible and also probable history involved in that. I don't want to come out with everything all at once so nobody will have any questions.
Well, it looks like we're running out of questions right now from the audience anyway. So if you have any more questions, let us know. Bring it on right now. Oh, and by the way, what is it? What is today? Today's the 14th, isn't it? Something like that. What's his name? Mike Lindell is having a very important special coming out on the 16th and 17th or something like that. This week, in the middle of the week, and they're going to be presenting mind-blowing information and disclosure. That's what they said.
Okay.
That's what they said. So it sounds like it should be very interesting. I think I can give you an exact date if I look it up. Let me look it up for you real quick. Frank's. It's you can go to Frank's speech, and it's called the Lindell Election Summit. The Lindell Election Summit, and it's August 16th to 17th. And you register at lindellevent.com. LINDELLEVENT.com.
Can you put that in the chat?
Maybe. Let me see if it'll let me copy it. No. Oh, here, I got it. Yeah. Let me give you that.
What do it do? Come on now.
Yeah, he's got quite the story. He used to say, Mike Lindell says that he used to be a crackhead,
He was.
and look at what he's done. And so you shouldn't judge people. That's what I'm getting at. So here's where you register to catch that event, and it is on the, where did I say that? 16th and 17th. What day is that? It starts at 9 a.m. and goes to 9 p.m.
It's Wednesday and Thursday this week.
Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. What's this one here? What can we do to assist in this all coming into fruition?
Oh boy. Get yourself to the point of astral travel and take your energy and push real hard in the right direction. Basically toward the light. What is known to heal, put that out there. You know somebody needs healing, make as many people aware of it as possible. That's, pretty much the best that you can do for everything. Okay.
Okay, why don't they talk about Aldebarans in Africa? Is that how you say that?
Yeah. Because of because of the race involved. I don't want to elaborate, but that's going to come up eventually.
Okay, what's going to happen with the migrant situation? As
Well,
you see it?
I will suggest that there some of these countries are going have already started to sink boats. For starters, on that, we need to put our military on the southwest border and say no. You go down here to the gate, and if they don't want to comply, simple, pull the trigger, bang. I don't like that idea, but I don't see. It's like I was talking to my wife the other day about the situations of all the gobbledygook that's going on, all the proof they've got, and general shit in general, however you want to look at it. The only way that I see, and they've tried just about everything else, the only way I see to rectify the situation is to pick one of them out and shoot it. That will get the attention necessary, maybe, to get the rest of them to act right. I would hope it would.
Yeah, but how can you do that?
I don't like the idea at all, but I don't see they haven't been leaving much of an alternative to any of that either.
No, they sure haven't, have they?
What do you do?
Good question. Well, we're coming up on an hour and a half, and I think we're going to have to call it a wrap here right quick.
Well,
do we have anything else? Anybody got any final question real quick? Let me see this. Here's one. I missed this one. Real quick. How can Biden harm us by removing incandescent bulbs if he has no power?
I'd say they ought to unplug him and see how it goes.
Those bulbs are less harmful. Those other bulbs are harmful. And if you break them, they spread mercury all over the place, which destroys neurons. Anyway, all right. Well, I think we...
Well, you got one more question I'd like to answer.
Which one?
Carlisle Reynolds. Well, we need midwives. That's it.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah.
When we change into a spiritual body, go through thousands of years, do we need med beds?
No. And the reason you won't is that you will be self-perpetuating, self-healing, etc. You won't have need of food or any of the things that you're used to having, put it that way, as in human form. Your human form will shrivel up and blow away and allow the individual then to make their decision as to what form they want to take. And that's basically where you're going to be.
Alrighty then, I'm just sending some love and light to everyone. And we will see you again soon.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Well, thank you, Drake. Thank you for your time and energy and answering people's questions. And we
You're welcome.
will.
It's fun, and some of it's a challenge.
Yeah. I'm glad you got the answers.
If you haven't had a kid, you don't know how to explain how high is up. I wouldn't say nothing else.
All right. Well, based on that, have a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Yeah.
We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are, and like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers. Stronger than ever, never say never. Don't look back now, don't look back now. Stand with each other. We are sisters and brothers, finding our place and running the race. We'll take our chance and seize the moment. Hold on tight and don't let go of all your hopes and dreams that light the way. We control our fate. Destiny awaits. We are all the actors in the stories we create. Hope will be our guide. We'll no longer hide. When we roll like thunder, feel the wonder from inside. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your